Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Imagine a garden that feels lived in and useful, where every path, bed, and structure answers a need and tells a story. Start here. Look at the land before changing it. Walk the garden at different times of day. Notice where the sun lingers, where water pools, and where wind cuts across the beds. Let those observations guide the layout. A rustic farm garden respects the natural contours, using slopes for drainage and flat pockets for concentrated planting. Follow these shapes when laying out beds and paths so the garden works with the land, not against it. Next, think of structure as practical poetry. Build raised beds from reclaimed wood, barn boards, old pallets, anything that wears a patina with grace. Keep beds wide enough for two-handed work from the edge. Make paths wide enough for a wheelbarrow. For paths, packed earth, crushed gravel, or reclaimed brick fit the aesthetic and stand up to daily use. Stepping stones through herb patches invite slow harvests without trampling. Low stone walls or split rail fences mark transition zones. One side for vegetables, another for flowers and pollinators. without shedding the view. Water is a central consideration. Collect rain with barrels under downspouts and channel it to thirsty beds. A simple gravity-fed drip system from barrels or a soaker hose laid along the base of plants saves time and keeps foliage dry, reducing disease. Where possible, align beds north-south to distribute sunlight evenly across rows. Use mulch generously, straw with chips or leaf mold, to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and feed the soil as it breaks down. Mulch also deepens the rustic look and makes paths soft underfoot. Planting design should be both productive and hospitable. Think in layers: ground cover and low herbs at the edges, rows of seasonal vegetables in the middle, and taller supports, peas, beans, sunflowers, at the back or on trellises. Perennial herbs like rosemary, thyme, and chives form a fragrant working border. Pollinator-friendly flowers, borage, calendula, and native wildflowers drape the edges and bring insects that help keep the garden balanced. Mix in nitrogen-fixing plants, such as clover or fava beans, among heavy feeders to reduce reliance on external fertilizers and to build soil fertility over time. Design for succession. Plan beds so that once early crops finish, new ones can move in. Sow quick-turn crops, lettuce, radish, baby spinach, in spring gaps, then follow with tomatoes and peppers as the soil warms. After a summer harvest, reseed with cover crops or fall greens to keep the beds working and to protect soil structure. A simple planting calendar pinned to the shed or displayed on a chalkboard keeps everyone in the rhythm of the seasons and reduces last-minute scrambling. Compost is the garden's engine. Set up a tidy, easy-to-use compost station close to the kitchen door. A 3-bin system allows turning and layering. If space or budget is tight, a single tumbler or a managed heap will do. Kitchen scraps, straw bedding, and garden cuttings in layers, watching for balance between greens and browns. Finished compost enriches beds and reduces dependence on bagged amendments. Show viewers how to top-dress beds with compost in spring, and to incorporate it lightly when preparing new planting areas. Tools and storage should be visible and accessible, part of the garden's choreography. Hang frequently used tools on the shed exterior. Keep a sturdy potting bench near the seed trays, and keep seed packets, twine, and markers within reach. Small efficiencies save time and frustration, especially during the busy planting and harvest windows. Let tools wear the marks of use. A well-loved spade and a patch tote tell a practical story. Animal integration can amplify function. A small flock of chickens provides eggs, pest control, and feathered tilling if managed rotationally. A chicken tractor or movable pen lets birds clean up post-harvest residues and turn compost into a faster, richer amendment. Be mindful of fencing and predator protection. Rustic doesn't mean careless. Where space allows, add a small orchard or a few espaliered fruit trees against a sunny wall. Apples, pears, or plums, trained into tidy forms that echo the farm aesthetic while producing year after year. Make space for rest and ritual. Place a rough bench under a fruit tree, or a pergola draped in vines where hands can pause and the soul can catch up with the work. A reclaimed table by the potting bench becomes a gathering point. Sorting seed packets, mending netting, or sharing a cup of coffee between chores. Soft lighting, strings of mason jars or low-voltage lamps, turns long summer evenings into moments of reflection and social connection. These small living spaces are as important as the production rows. They invite people into the garden and help the space feel like home. Celebrate small, low-cost decorative touches that underscore the rustic vibe while staying useful. A wheelbarrow turned into a planter, a row of old kettles holding oregano and thyme, or an overturned crate with seedlings inside. Containers can be both ornamental and functional, bringing herbs close to doors or creating microclimates for tender plants. Salvaged metal troughs are great for potato or tomato culture. and their weathered finish fits seamlessly into the landscape. Encourage biodiversity intentionally. Keep a corner wild. Leave a log pile for beetles. Allow a strip of native grasses to grow, and plant shrubs that provide shelter and berries for birds. A small pond, even a modest water feature, invites frogs and beneficial insects and adds a cooling, reflective focus. Avoid blanket pesticide use. Instead, foster predator habitats and use physical controls like nets and collars to protect crops. A balanced ecosystem reduces crises and makes the garden more resilient over time. Teach simple, repeatable techniques. Demonstrate how to build a basic trellis from bamboo or reclaimed posts and string, and show how to train vining crops to climb for better airflow and easier harvests. Walk through a quick method for transplanting seedlings. Firm soil, watering well, and mulch to reduce stress. Show how to prune leggy tomatoes for stronger stems and better yields. These hands-on moments build confidence because they're doable and directly connected to common problems. Address common seasonal challenges with calm solutions. When pests arrive, identify the culprit, slugs, aphids, or hungry rabbits, and show a measured response. Row covers beer traps, companion plantings, or chicken rotation rather than knee-jerk spraying. For drought, demonstrate mulching, rainwater collection, and targeted drip irrigation. For poor soil, show a path of improvement through cover cropping, composting, and patience. Emphasize that small, regular actions compound into meaningful results. Weave in the human side of the garden. Share short scenes of daily rituals. Turning compost at dusk, harvesting a bowl of beans for supper, or tucking a child into a wheelbarrow for an impromptu ride. These moments make the garden feel co-created and approachable. Invite the viewer into the process. Imagine planting with bare hands, breathing the herbal scent that rises, and feeling grounded by the work. Let the viewpoint be practical and warm. This is a place to learn, to fail, and to grow. Thanks for joining us in the garden today. If these rustic, practical ideas inspire you, subscribe to the channel for more down-to-earth design tips, seasonal how-tos, and simple projects to make the land around your home more productive and beautiful. See you in the next video.